Hello everybody, welcome back to another video today, brought to you by Data Consulting, and today we're going to go over Power BI and more specifically just some quick and easy ways to improve your Power BI dashboards through some easy steps through things such as switching the color of the background, the font color, and also adding in shapes and things like that to just really make it look more visually appealing for your audience and for yourself. So when you go into your switch screens here, I'm in my Power BI dashboard here, as you can see, and I have some data here brought to me by Power BI, and I just loaded in some random visuals here just as a brief example for what a Power BI dashboard could look like. And to me, it's looking fine and everything, but I think it definitely be improved on. I think the overall look of this right now is a little bit boring with this whole white background. It's, as I mentioned before, I want something that's going to look a lot more professional looking and something that's just really going to catch my audience's attention. So some quick and easy steps today are, for one, I'm going to go over right now is the switching the color of the background. So the way in which you can change that is you want to go over to the right-hand side of the screen here. Click on this little icon here that has the page and paintbrush here. When you give that a click, you want to scroll on down, find canvas background. Once you click into that, it gives you the option for color, image, and transparency. I'll go over each of those three. When you click into color, it gives you the list of blue, of purple, of orange, all those kind of colors. If you can choose one of those, or if you want something really specific, you can click into more colors, go into here, choose some really specific such as FG31A, whatever it may be, or you have the option also to choose 300 red, 150 green, 250 blue, things of that sort. But for me, I think the color, the default color they give for me today is already good enough, so I'm going to choose that. So when you click into that, it immediately switches to the color as I just chose. And as you can see, after it's within there, you're probably thinking that, okay, I like the color and things like that. Maybe it's too much, though. I don't want it to be as apparent in that screen as it already is. So a way in which you can make that lighter is you go to transparency down here, and you can scroll to the right. As you can, when I do that, the more I move it right, the lighter it becomes. But for me, though, I'm just going to keep it at 0 because I think the color that I have right now is fine. And one other option, if for your company, let's say for all your company's dashboards, all my company, they always use this background dashboard, or I found this image online I think would look a lot better for this kind of background instead of a color. Can I use that instead? And of course the answer is yes. So a quick way to do that is you want to go to the right hand side here, click this image, click this little browse button right here, and when you do that, it opens up File Explorer here on your page. You want to go through here, find the image that you want as your background here, click it, press open, and when that happens, it only takes up a fraction of what the whole page could be. If so, one quick way in which you can make the whole image fit within the screen instead of what it is right now is you want to go to the right hand side of the screen here, go under image fit, switch it from normal, and instead have it be fit. When you click that, it will then take up the whole portion of the screen. And once again, if you want to make it switch to transparency, you can. Again, the more you move it right, the lighter it becomes. But for me, I don't think I don't need the image or anything like that. I think the color that I had before is fine, so I'm just going to get rid of that. So a way in which you can do that is click remove file right here, this little X button here. When you click that, it goes back to the default color. I'm just going to move on to the next step here as I think I'm set here. So now I'm going to go to the top end of the screen here, and for me, I don't like how, although I do like the background, this whole blue now, I don't like how each of these things are white, as obviously the title, the cards, the visuals, all that type of thing. So I want to edit that to make it fit a lot better with the color that I already have. So a quick way to do that, there's two quick things you can do. You can go into here, click into, I'm going to start with title up here, scroll over to the right hand side, click effects, and you have the option to go down to background here. You can switch the color once again to blue, to green, to any one of those options, the more color saying as a list below if you want. However, for me, what I want to do instead is I just want to make it the same color as the background here. So a quick and easy way to do that is go to the right hand side here, switch it from on, switch it to off. And as you can see, when I do that, it is now matching there, and I no longer have to worry about the whole white background as I had before, as you still have. And the same thing also apply to each one of these if you so choose. Let's go to general, effects, background. You can switch that if you so choose. I'm only going to do it for the title today, but just keep in mind these things are also capable for any one of these things if you so choose. And then one final thing I want to do today to make it fit better. I don't like this whole the black text with the the blue background thing. I want to make the text white. I think it'll fit better. So I want to highlight this whole thing, go down here, find font color menu, switch it to white, and then offset it, and then to make it a little bit more visually appealing, I'm going to bold it to make it appear better within the screen. And as when I do that, it now looks a lot better in my eyes compared to what I originally had before, which is all with the black text and everything like that. As from the beginning, it's already looking a lot better just from those 2 quick fixes alone. Some other things in which you can switch are, for example, as I talked about at the beginning of the video, are through shapes. So one thing, I want to add in some shapes, as I want to make this whole thing, I don't like how each of these cards are in their each individual pieces here. I want to make it all within one column. So a really quick way to do that, to add in a shape, is go to insert at the top of the screen here, give that a click, over to the right hand side, click into shapes right here, and then when you do that, you have the option to choose from dozens of different shapes, a bunch of rectangles, you got triangle, you got arrows, you get it. For me, the shape I'm going to choose is this rounded rectangle. When you click that, it will then appear on the screen, this bluish rectangle here. What I want to do is I want to first line it up with my cards here. You'll see why in a second. Whoops. Go here, line it up here, and then I want to make the length of it the same length as here, because when I do that, you can see, as you can see here now, it's obviously at the top of the screen here and everything, but it's covering the card. So a way in which you want to put it to the back of there, where all the cards will be visible now, is you want to go to the top of the screen, click Format, go to the top of the screen here, select this, click this Send Backwards button, and each time you click it, each of these cards will appear in front of you. If you want the option to only include a few of the cards, you can just click Bring Forward, and then each one will slowly go away. But for me, I want all 4. And then, of course, I want to switch this blue background that I have right now, as it just doesn't go with anything else here. So the way in which you can switch that color, click into it, go to Style, under Fill, switch the color to white to go with the rest of the cards. And now it's looking a lot better, but the one little sore spot, as you can see, are these little lines that are in each of one of these that really just, it kind of makes it look kind of bad. So a way in which to get rid of that is just increase the size of this rectangle a little bit. So as I do that, after I click out of it, now those things are gone. It's looking a lot better than what it just was. So now one final thing I'm going to talk about today is, as you can see, these things are rounded now and everything, and I like to look at that, but these things have these little pointy ends. It just doesn't really go with the rest of these things. So I want to make it the same for these 4 visuals as it is for these cards up here. So a really quick way to do that is you want to click into visual first, go to the right hand side, click this little icon here, scroll on down to general, go to effects, and then right below background there's this thing called visual border. When you click into that, you want to switch it to on, and then you'll see this thing down here called rounded corners. And then as you can see, the more you move right, the more it becomes rounded at each of these corners, hence the name. So for me, I just want to show a really quick example for how to switch that. So I'm going to go there, go to effects again, the visual border, I'm going to switch it to 30. And then you see when I do that, it's already a lot different compared to what it just was, as this shows right here. So I want to do the same thing for the other 3. So again, I want to go here, the format, go to general, effects, turn on visual border, and again, turn it to 30. So again, I want to do this for the next 2 also, and instead of having to go through each of these steps just to get to visual border, I'm just going to leave this right hand side open, click into the right one to make it a lot faster, on 30, put it on 30. So now that everything is complete here, you will see it's already looking a lot better in my eyes compared to what we had originally. And all it took was just a few of these steps as I've shown today. And it's just something that really anybody can very easily do to improve their dashboards. I can go into further depth to improve this to improve these things again. I just went over some of the most basic ones. Leave some comments down below for any questions you may have or any future videos, and I'll try to get to that when I can. Thanks, and have a great day.